Look at this, guys. Spaz in the air. What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing, bro? Look at this shit. Look at him over there. Over there getting busy, bro. They putting in spy cables, guys. I'm filming my stick here, so you don't know what I'm doing. This is pretty cool. I sanded this stick all down right here. It's like pretty cool. Look at this guy. He knows I'm filming him. It's a pretty cool stick. Yeah, see? Got this the staff. We sanded it down. They're spying on us. Why are you spying on us, dude? Can't we just be friends? I told you, I'm a 1% angelic warrior. My blood is from above the firmament. My blood is from above the firmament. I come from above the firmament. Oh, yes, I do. I do. Lano, the fighter cat. We have this. What are they doing, dude? They're wiring it up, ain't they? What are y'all doing, man? Y'all putting poison in the ground? Look. Poison. Look, they're poisoning our water system, guys. Is that what they're doing? Poisoning the waterways. They're treating the poles for bugs. How come I've never seen them do this in 34 years of being in this? I've never seen them treat this for bugs ever in my life, but yet now they are. Why? City of Chesapeake, I've never seen y'all treat telephone poles for bugs in 34 years, but now you are. Why? Is it because you want to poison all our waterways with harmful chemicals? So our water runs dry, our water's all everywhere and around in every area. Every city and every suburb area is going to show up with like contaminated water in the next month or the next couple weeks. Right? Is that what's about to happen? The next couple weeks we're all going to randomly have contaminated water in Chesapeake, Virginia. And this is why right here, because they're going around spraying chemicals around the poles for termites. And then they're banging in stuff to reinforce the poles. Why? I've lived in this. This neighborhood's been here a long time. They've never done this. I just turned 34 May 6th. They've never done this in 34 years. You think all of a sudden they're gonna do it now? Why didn't they do this before hurricane season? We're already coming out of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, come on, man. Why didn't y'all do this? Y'all have never done this, dude, in 34 years. Shouldn't this be like a dang on something y'all do? Like every once a year check or once every couple years, or I don't know, man. Something. Not once every 34 years. I know once every 34 years is a bit too long. I would imagine once every 34 years is too long, dude. You know what I'm saying? I would imagine once every 34 years is a bit too long, guys. I mean, you know what I mean? Once at every 34 years. Well, homeboy, he just said, heck with it. I'm not staying here by myself. This guy's got a big stick that shoots fire, and it turns into a grizzly bear. Oh, look, he's got his gun going or something. Well, your bullets cannot hurt an angel of God. What is wrong with you, you fool? You don't think I would run because you had a fire a gun made by man with the bullets? You fool. I carried one of those for 4 years on my side, thinking it would protect me until I got wise and realized my own God was smarter and greater than any man-made weapon. I got rid of it because I realized it couldn't die until 2039, and that's not even necessarily when I die. That's just when God is supposed to let me know whether I go back to the kingdom of Yahweh or do I stay here for longer. It just depends on mankind. Because what man has forgotten, what y'all have forgotten is your actions affect the earth. When man becomes wicked and evil, you guys, mankind, y'all create earthquakes, y'all create volcanoes, y'all create the earth to have all these problems. You seem to have forgotten that mankind has become evil and wicked, but once before, and it was because of, and that caused the world to have all these problems. We are electromagnetic beings. We were created with the earth. We're all interconnected. That's why man has to get back to connected to each other and earth, and we have to love and take care of earth. Why do you think the animals are dying? Why do you think everything's about to end? That's why, people. Yep. And here we got guys out here. You got churches locking their doors. Satan exposed those guys. God exposed them. Satan exposed them. Say who you want exposed them. I think Satan and God both exposed them all for what they are, because it's a spiritual war, guys. It is what it is. Okay? And you know what? You think Jesus would be here locking his doors during a crisis? During a pandemic, a sickness, and like 30 million people out of work, starvation, people are hungry, losing their homes? Do you honestly think Jesus would lock his doors? What if Jesus went to one of those churches and went to knock on the door and he seen a sign that said closed to the coronavirus? What do you think Jesus would do to that church? He would probably tell his father to burn it down to the ground. Or just full of demons. Slap a Satan sticker on it. Yep, because that's what it is. Come on now. What if Jesus comes back right now? We're all these hurting people and you can't even, they're not here. Not only is the doors locked, you can't even, these people can't, not only can you not even preach to them, give them God's living healing word, you can't even open your doors to let them come in your congregation, your temple, a house of God, to let them pray for themselves to God. You can't even do that. You can't even open your church doors to let them come in and pray for themselves. You ever think about that? Instead of having a church parking service, a service lot, a church service in a parking lot, tell people to sit inside their cars, and for being good little slaves to Satan, you'll get a roll of toilet paper. You know, I heard at a church here in Chesapeake, Virginia, doing that. Had a church service, told all the people to sit in their cars because they can't get out, because they got to sit inside their cars and obey criminal 6 feet rules, which is what they do to inmates and people in jail and prisoners in war. Okay, and what Hitler did to all the Jews before he massacred them. Okay, and all the other massacres before that, every one of them. And so here we are, and then you sit in your car, you're not 6 feet apart, but that's okay. And you can sit in your car in a parking lot, and that's okay, 2 feet apart, and they can tell you a word over some speakers in a parking lot at a church. Like, that's okay. And then for being good stewards, you get a roll of toilet paper to wipe your butt with. Come on, man. Do you realize Satan told them to do that? Do you realize what would you do if you're sitting in your car listening to that preacher up there with his piles of toilet paper next to him, like an idiot? Okay, laughing at you. Just imagine that. Imagine Jesus walking through in his white gown, his holy white presence, and you see him walking up to that preacher, looking at all of you in your cars, wondering why all of you are sitting in your cars. Keep in mind, he would already know why you're there, but just imagine, you see Jesus' face looking at you sitting in all your cars, watching a preacher with piles of toilet paper next to him on his left and right and behind him that he's going to give you before you leave for being good stewards, for obeying Satan and his demons by staying in your car, not getting out, showing brotherly and sisterly love like Jesus would do. Jesus would walk in there and see all of y'all sitting in your cars, and he would have no one to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Your one opportunity to meet Jesus, and you're sitting in your car and you can't get out because you got to stay in your car. Can't get out. And he's going to walk up to that preacher. What do you think that preacher would do to say to Jesus, oh, Jesus, I have them all sitting in their car because these known pedophiles and Satanists on TV told me to tell them to sit in their cars. And before they leave, we're going to give them a roll of toilet paper to help them in a crisis because viruses, is going to kill them. And they got to wear masks and they got to do this and they got to do that and they can't go to the stores and they, it's just all these things that we got to do because all the Satanists on TV and these monsters are telling them these things. And so Jesus is going to say, so healthy people have to wear masks? Yeah, healthy people got to wear masks, Jesus. That doesn't make sense. My father didn't design humans to wear masks. That would look like a machine or a robot. If you're wearing a mask all day and you're not sick, you're healthy, then you're no longer in God's image. What image are you in? You're looking like a villain. You're looking like a criminal. You're looking like an evil villain, someone of Satan. You're looking like a machine. Hide your face. They're telling you to wear masks in businesses now. A year ago or any time in my entire life, if you wear a mask in a business, they would think you're about to rob the place. They're telling you to wear a mask inside of banks. Since when, in my entire life, you've never been allowed to wear a mask in a bank. You wouldn't want to. You would think you're about to rob the place. Imagine the banks that have been robbed with the robber coming in with the mask on, and now they're telling people to walk in like this, and then the last guy walked in and robbed the bank just like this. You know what I'm saying? Just like this, and now they're telling people to walk in like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to cause this stuff, people. I don't see how y'all don't see it. You think your town's getting better? Well, we started out with the pandemic, and 7-Elevens didn't have the 6 feet stickers on the floor, and they didn't have the plastic windows. Now they've installed plastic windows, indicating things are going to get worse or things have gotten worse. They put 6 feet stickers on the ground to indicate things have gotten worse, and they are going to get worse. You know what I'm saying here, people? It's in crazy because they have a whole thing going on where they have frequencies. They're about to turn on 5G, and if you're not standing 6 feet apart, you're going to drop like flies because you're probably going to, if you have a certain kind of blood, you're going to drop like flies because your body's not going to be able to handle the new frequencies and what they're about to do. It's untested. It's dangerous. You don't want them to let 5G. Don't let them do it. You just need to get your stuff together, people. All this stuff is a spiritual war here. Get it right. Brandon Joshua, Virginia. Blessings.